So I was watching the Raw Life Health Show with Paul Nissan. He was interviewing Dr. Pete Rogers, and I thought that could be interesting. Raw food guy interviewing this cooked, high carb, but like super intelligent. Some interesting stuff could happen there. And I was looking in the comments, and someone said, you should debate Bart Kay again. Laugh out loud. And I was like, did Pete Rogers debate Bart Kay? That could be interesting, because he is super smart. He knows the biochemistry. He's like, okay. So I watched it, and I was just like, what the hell was that? Bart Kay thinks he won that, probably. Let me tell you why he won nothing but bacteria from this lake. He's in the ocean. He's in the ocean. So I like Bart Kay. I find him funny at times. He's ruthless, and we need people like that. I didn't like him in the beginning. He seemed just angry, like too angry, and he's always like yelling, and he couldn't interview anyone without just yelling them, muting them. It's like, okay, guy, like get it together already. But he's calmed down since somehow. And so I'm watching this debate, and Pete Rogers is there. He's laughing, but like laughing like a village idiot because he's getting schooled, and he's like, you got me there. It's like, this is a debate. Stand up for yourself, you asshole. But like, whatever, I dealt with it. But the problem is, Bart Kay, here's his tactic. You bring up a science, like a study, God, wow, you can tell I didn't even go to high school. You bring up a study, and immediately he makes fun of you as if that study has been completely debunked. He's like, oh, the Framingham? We're intelligent people here, sorry, like, you're joking, right? Bringing that, so like he's overemphasizing the fact that this study is completely debunked, completely useless. Anything you say is now irrelevant. But the fact is, Pete Rogers kept bringing up studies. They were all valid things that happened. For example, the Caldwell-Esselstyn study. Like, he wrote a book on how to clear your arteries with a low-fat vegan diet. And so, yeah, he did some things with that. He allowed statins. He like had other lifestyle factors, exercise, people were quitting smoking, like, but the bottom line is, when you do healthy things and eat a low-fat plant-based diet, your arteries heal and they clear, and that's proven. We don't have the carnivore equivalent to that study where everyone did the same, and that's the problem. Bart Kay only wants the perfect study, double-blind, placebo, overseen by witches, and just, it's not gonna happen. It's not real life. In my opinion, this world, everything's changing. It's not as solid as it seems. Even us, like, we're floating molecules. There's air between us. Things happen. Like, you might love bananas. God. Oh, God, I hate you. And then one year, you lose your taste for them and never again. So, like, what if you did a study showing, oh, I eat nothing but bananas and you heal, and then all of a sudden you have an aversion to it because you've changed somehow. Everything's always changing through time. You can't predict a damn thing. So all we can do is, like Pete Rogers said, do our best. Like, we're just working with the information that we have. And then it also makes sense that plant-based foods are natural, they're delicious, we don't have to kill anything. It's like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Like, carnivores, you have the least proven track record. Like, think of how many heart attacks have happened on this planet. How many of them were meat eaters? 99% of them. Like, I think we know it. Even if it's not proven that saturated fat is the one thing that causes it, it's something to do with stabbing a lamb in the neck, and that whole process from taking its body and swallowing it into your vessel. Somewhere along the lines, God is mad at you. Even though the Old Testament God was like, burn a sheep on the mountain and cover it with flour and oil, and who the fuck knows what the hell that was, that book. That's some interesting times, but I don't know. That's not my God. My God's the one that made this lake. Stuff like that. The no clouds today. My God's the one killing that guy who's making the chemtrails. Right over my head. Fuck you. So Bart Kay's fun, but you're not winning debates like this. You're fooling children, but like, that's cool. Like, we're not carnivores. I don't see how anybody thinks we're obligate carnivores. We have zero instinct for it. It's like our brain can conceive of ways to shoot things from a distance. It's like, okay, but like everything about the process is sickening to us. And like most people go carnivore, they're constipated for days and weeks. God, and he's like, I have bowel movements every day. It's like, do you also drink coffee? Do you also have the bowel movement right after the laxative that you just drank? Is that why? I agree with Bart when he says, like, most nutritional science, it's corrupt. Like, what can you even glean from it? That's not why I'm high-carb vegan, because of the science. I've tried everything. I listen to theories based on science, and then I try it in my own body, and then we see what happens. And when I tried carnivore, I was getting a heat rash. It was painful and itchy. I'm nauseous most of the time. My liver cannot handle all this fat. I've tried various amounts of protein to fat and all the ratios, and it's sickening. It's just disgusting, the amount of fat. So it's like, I'm happier with carbs, and that hasn't been a super perfect road either, but it's better and it makes more sense. And so it's like, it's delicious on its own. I don't have to flavor it. Like, meat is okay. It's better with salt though, and you need it because you have no adrenal hormones. Most of the studies that Bart say are irrelevant have a lot of good information. They're not at all irrelevant, and you interview the people like Plant Choppers. He interviews the people who have done all these epidemiological studies that are worthless, and it's like, no, they're not worthless at all. Even though I immediately unsubscribed from him once he released his Get Gems. They're the best supplement you could ever get. I don't care what studies show that is an effective longevity tool. I guarantee you, take a child from birth who was raised in the forest and didn't be subjected to strange monkey in his, said too much. Backtracking down the winding road of YouTube algorithms. Oh yeah, we're back here now. Ow, the rocks. So it's like, guarantee that guy lives long. I've known a couple people who they're great parents, and they're like, yeah, I never did that for my kid, and like they never get sick. They're freaking superhuman. God bless you all. So I focus more on common sense. What makes sense? What would we eat? What appeals to us with the least amount of processing? Like, fruits and vegetables are healthy and they taste good on their own, some of them, when they're ripe enough. And then starches, it's like, you don't have to flavor these things. They're actually pretty good. It's like, okay, that all makes sense. Raw meat, it's like, you see a dead animal, I'm immediately trying to walk away from it instead of thinking, oh my God, free food. If I saw a bunch of pineapples, I'd be like, those are rotten probably, but like, whatever. What the hell's that? Oh, they're buzzing. But in my opinion, carnivore diet's the least common sense possible, especially when you consider that too much protein is bad and it hurts the kidneys and it's giving your kidneys way too much work and you have to be high fat. When you believe that, finally, once it kicks in from your protein poisoning and you're like, holy shit, I need to be eating higher fat, then you realize your only option is like lard, and it's disgusting. And animals aren't that fat in nature. Even the old elderly ones that get fat eventually, then you're eating old elderly energy. That's what you're doing. Like, most animals, you eat the baby if you can. Why do you think lions do that? Because they're easier to catch? No, it's because they're fun and excited for life and they drink that excitement blood. And so like the young energy, imagine that. Like, you're eating young animal and you drink its young blood. Like, why do you think there's a whole industry down there? I'm looking at you tunnel boys who do things to young. I've said too much. So like, you want, oh, animals get fat eventually when they're elderly. Oh, I eat dying elderly arthritic animals. That's great. Longevity for you, my friend. So personally, I do not watch debates. I was curious about that one. I was like, all right, I'll try it. And they're like, yeah, they're just like all debates. You never end up learning more. You hear what you want to hear. And there we have that. Nothing's ever proven definitively. So it's like, whatever. I'm going to continue eating plants. And you're going to continue debating and lying to your audience. And ow, that's fine. Just thumb up the video. Thanks. I appreciate that. You could thumb it down, but you're actually doing it because you debated a monkey and you lost. The monkey made more hand signs that captivated his audience, and they actually understood him. They related more. You're too scientific. Fuck. It's not vegan brain fog. I'll leave. Bitcoin. Subscribe for it.